Today we are going to talk about smart parking system and how it's related to real estate development and what kinds of technologies can be used to building smart parking systems. So first, it's the introduction. Urbanization is a continuous trend in most of the countries worldwide, and the aggregation effect has not only lowered the business cost, but also provided convenience to the people who live in the city. Along with the advantage of this trend has brought to us, there are also many issues have been addressed, such as the traffic congestion and also the overcrowding. In order to mitigate the problems, many technologies have been provided. Automatic parking system is one of these solutions, focusing on space saving and gaining back additional square feet in the overcrowded city. Next, the overview. We divided into two parts, city development trend and issues identification. As for the city development trend, after industrialization, the speed of urbanization is super fast and has reached over 80% in 2010 in United States. Urbanization shows a feature of aggregation, which means people are attracted to cities with advanced economy, amenities, and resources. And thus, for metropolitan areas such as New York, Los Angeles, Boston, and so on, the aggregation of people stimulates the development of economy, but also cause pressure from many perspectives to the city. In the United States, no matter it is in urban area or rural area, driving cars to commute is a major way of traveling, and thus the number of cars and motors in the US is astonishing. According to data from Department of Transportation, nearly 83% of total population owns one car, and the high car ownership data indicates great demand for parking space, especially in dense urban area with limited land. Issues identification. So first is the lack of parking space in large cities because of the concentration of activities and facilities which require high rate of cars in the same area, such as CBD, and also the new cities and new planned urban areas. There is always a miscalculation of parking demand expected in these areas due to the unexpected elevated rate of car ownership. And also, we also discovered some trends in mobility in order to further develop our proposal. These trends include the maturing power stream technologies, shifts in mobility preferences, rapid advances in connected vehicles, as well as emergence of autonomous vehicles.
Market prospect. The automatic parking system is driven by two factors: a need for parking space and a scarcity of available urban land. Traffic congestion associated with the difficulty of parking has become a major contribution. According to Repsol, drivers waste 30% of their time in looking for available parking spaces. As per analysis, congestion over 83% of the U.S. urban area caused more than 2,000 premature deaths in 2010 and added to over 18 billion US dollars public health expenditure. Smart parking system can be used to save time and energy. Moscow has witnessed a drop in the traffic congestion since the installation of over 20,000 smart parking systems. Well, let me introduce to you the opportunities and the benefits of the automated parking system. The system has developed very well in Asia and Europe regarding technology improvement and market expansion. In the early 1990s, nearly 40,000 parking spaces were being built annually using the Paternoster APS in Japan. In 2012, there are an estimated 1.6 million APS parking spaces in Japan. The adoption of an automated parking system is also high in Europe, which has further encouraged the private and public sectors to adopt automated parking solutions for managing parking problems effectively. In addition, environment, sustainability, and other quality of life issues are renewing the interest in APS as alternatives to traditional parking forms. For example, it is a great contribution to smart city initiatives from the government and to the reduction of vehicle emission. Lastly, many APS designs provide a number of secondary benefits. For example, the parked cars and their contents are more secure since there is no public access to parked cars. Also, it is associated with minimal ventilation and lighting system, and it also needs shorter construction time. The automated parking system market is estimated to be $1.3 billion in 2019 and is projected to grow at a CAGR of 13.1% from 2019 to 2027 to reach a market size of $3.6 billion by 2027. We have to mention the risks and challenges. First, the pressure of being replaced soon due to rapid increase in land value. Second, frequent mechanical problems make it difficult to operate. Third, long waiting times for patrons to retrieve their cars. Fourth, APS are unsuited to high peak volume. And last, parkers not familiar with the system may cause problems to the system.
Now I will talk about technology and applications in the real-world solutions. As we all know, the current mainstream design concept of the smart parking architecture is that a smart parking system based on IoT protocols and emerging enabling technology. In short, there are following points to discuss about that. In general, first, this technology will enabling a sustainable mobility. That's one of the goals of the so-called smart city vision. By jointly use of different technologies such as RFID, WSN, NFC, cloud, and mobile. In addition, it will also collect in real time both environment parameter and information about the occupancy state of parking space, and direct drivers to nearest vacant parking spot by using a customized software application. In addition, it also leverages an NFC-based e-wallet system to allow the user to pay for the parking fees, which will reduce a lot of time for the users. And with also develop a customized software application installed on the cloud platform, which will be able to manage alert events. This is a real solution from Rotterdam. That smart parking help residents find available parking space while saving time and fuel. The municipality of Rotterdam want to provide solution for the problem on-street parking. They want to find a parking solution that will reduce search time and miles driven, and also reduce greenhouse gases and car emission while parking. Through publication, Park Eagle, this company won the European public tender. Out of the three contenders, there's another sensor provider, a parking camera provider. Park Eagle, this company managed to show its unique technical operation and service-minded strengths, and to win this contract. With the goal in mind to reduce reach time, they set out to provide residents of parking sectors with an app for iOS and Android. This app opens seamlessly when residents drive to the parking sector to display where the available parking spaces are located. With the app on the dashboard of their car, they can easily find the available parking bay. Within their solution, Park Eagle provide a full-service smart parking solution, including several steps. First, an app with geofence and map functionalities to show drivers where to park their cars. Wireless sensor to mirror the real-time parking occupancy per street, and also management system to monitor the entire sensor system remote and to analyze real-time parking occupancy per street. It also automatically user-generated data report to monitor the adoption of the app, and also automated historical parking occupancy data report to do their own analysis. It also provides API to push real-time parking data to third-party tools and solutions. First, they developed a Park Keeper Slim app. which is a free ISO and Android app people can download very easily, and it provides smart parking sensor to for the parking bay detection, and also it built up a management system to calculate the parking occupancy. This app can also develop its own analytic reports and provide it to the users. And it also stores the historical parking data reports and to make analysis. And the API for third-party system to do the alert and provide the solutions.
Automated parking system is a solution to gain back additional square feet, especially in high-density urban areas, to make these valuable real estate spaces used for people instead of parking. In addition to generate more income to property owners, it also reduces vehicle exposure and provides safe and convenient parking experiences. The automated parking solution consists of several bay rooms for storing and retrieving vehicles. The driver approaches the bay with the car and stops at the marked sign where it is measured by sensors and guided to the correct position by instructions on a screen in front of the driver. The driver then exits the car and locks it, leaves the bay room and using the mobile app or at the kiosk payment machine with card swap. When the request at the app is complete, according to the car's dimensions, a shuttle system retrieves the car from the bay and stores it in a suitable space. The bay room is now ready for another car to be parked or for a car to be retrieved from storage. The driver uses the app or swipes a personal card at the kiosk payment machine, which triggers a request to retrieve the car. The kiosk screen displays the current request in the queue, together with requests from other drivers. The automated shuttle system retrieves the car from storage and delivers it to an empty bay room. The screen now shows the bay room in which the retrieved car will be delivered. The designated bay room door opens with the car facing out and ready to go. All the user needs to do is get in and drive straight out. Parking Intelligence System provides solutions to AT&T Stadium and boosts 7 times ROI to the property. The solutions include adopting a multi-payment system, replacing the manual tracking system, and increasing visibility into operations. mPOS solution, which processes and tracks cash, credit card, and NCF payments, and scans and validates prepaid passes. The devices help reduce the amount of cash attendance. Business Intelligence Suite, which connects directly to the mPOS devices. The software enables users to view and organize parking transactions by time, payment method, lot, or attended during and after events. It also provides real-time insight into lot occupancy and per lot revenue, which empowers venue operators to enforce accountability with each of their attendants. The adoption of Parking Intelligence System resulted in a potential saving up to $75,000, increased the user satisfaction to 86%, and increased the revenue from parking over $900,000 and generated 7 times ROI.
Next, we will talk about future vision of smart parking and the impact of COVID-19. The first is the robotics. The future of smart parking is going to be affected by the introduction of automatic parking. So the rider could be dropped off in front of their destination, and the car will be parked by the robots. It is estimated that the parking garage designed for robotic parking will take up 60% less space than the conventional ones. This is because the cars can be parked much closer to each other, and there's no need for elevators and stairs. The second one is self-driving. The self-driving cars will solve the problem of ever large cars squeezing into no bigger parking bays. The remote control self-driving cars will be able to park millimeters from one another because occupants won't have to get in and out of them.
Here are some advantages and chances that smart parking might have in the future. And first one is value-added services. Real estate companies and management firms that operate parking facilities could look to maximize their competitive advantage by adding services to existing parking space. And the second is space management. Data analytics and telematics can enable a frictionless process that matches vehicles with parking spots, with utilization optimized based on supply and demand. And then is the payment and pricing. Seamless payment and dynamic pricing can provide opportunities for both public and private operators. And the last one is the flexible facilities. With increased use of ride sharing and common availabilities of autonomous vehicles that might rarely need to park, lot operators may be able to convert existing facilities or design new ones in ways that enable multifunctional use or repurposing as a hinge against a future with less need for parking. And I believe smart parking will be more popular in well-developed cities such as New York than in small cities because the ratio of the demand to supply of parking is high.
So from now, the United States has over 640,000 confirmed cases from coronavirus, which is a deadly infectious disease. And worldwide, there are over 2 million people get this disease, and over 130,000 people are dead from it. So it is really a severe situation right now. And the question is, how will this severe situation affect the smart parking business? So the answer is positive, and for two reasons. So the first, the vector of the infection is air and hard surface. So which means that anybody getting in touch with your car can potentially bring the virus to you. So it is not healthy, and people realize that the valet parking, it is not a good way to keep the distance, and less people will use it. So instead, smart parking can reduce the possibility from getting infectious, because nobody gets touch with your car. Besides, from the disease, more and more people realize the importance of owning a private car. Imagine you need to go to the supermarket. It is really inconvenient when the public transportation like the taxi and the Uber is in danger and uncertainty, and the subway is shut down. So you have to haul the heavy things all the way, and so the demand of the car will increase, and smart parking is benefit from that. So in conclusion, smart parking can save the huge cost from the valet salary, and it can make the system more efficient, and more important, it is environmental friendly. So by this point, we can see that the smart parking is a promising and extraordinary invention. Thank you.